Yeah. To be in the position I'm in today, it's amazing. From my pro debut to where I am now, just to see, how far I've come, it's amazing itself. So to be going against a legend like Estrada, I believe one of the best of 115 division in all of boxing, it's just it's gonna be a great fight, and I can't wait. I got started in boxing because of my brother Joshua Franco. He was the brother that was always watching boxing and into it. He had wanted to start, a couple years prior to when he did, but my mom never let him just because, she didn't want to see him get hit. But she finally let him, and then I went to the gym with him for like 2 weeks, and on that third week, I gave it a try myself, and I just kept going and stuck with it.
Did you fall in love with the sport?
Yeah, I did, and then I just, the sport grew on me. I started watching the fights live, and I just stuck with it ever since then.
What were some of the fighters you looked up to?
When I first started, it was Manny Pacquiao, of course, and then I said maybe like 2-3 years after that, I started watching a lot of Brandon Rios and Nonito Donaire, and then it went to Lomachenko, and now I don't really watch too much boxing, but when I do, I like watching Gervonta, Lomachenko, Terrence Crawford. There's a lot of fighters I watch now, but when I was coming up, those three were the ones that I watched a lot.
Most of the greatest fighters in the history of boxing are hungry fighters.
Yeah.
Fighters that are, they want to pull their family through hard times.
Yeah.
I saw an interview of your dad and Joshua saying that you guys would get home from tournaments and the lights were off
Yeah.
or the water was off. How do you keep that? I know you're not there anymore.
Yeah.
Thank God,
Yeah, thank God.
How do you keep that hunger throughout your professional career now?
Just knowing where we've come from. I don't want, to go back there or have my daughter, go through something like that. So I just keep that in the back of my head always, and just remember where we came from, and just stay humble through it all. So.
And what would go through your mind at that time, or you wouldn't even think?
It wasn't a big deal to me because I was a little kid at the time, so I didn't really understand what was going on. But I know what my parents went through. They sacrificed a lot of their own life to put me and my brother in a good position and, give us a chance at the sport. So I'm very thankful to have the parents that I came up with.
And you wrote a letter or drew a picture years ago, right? How old were you when you did that?
I was 11 or 12, I believe.
I think you said, I saw that you saw Adrian Broner. Similar.
Yeah.
What did it say?
It said I will become world champion or something like that along those lines. But I did get that from Adrian Broner. I was watching one of his interviews when I was a little kid, and I saw that he said he did something like that or he wrote something like that. So I was like, I'm gonna do the same, and I feel like it just kind of manifested itself.
Yeah, and not only did you do it once, you kept doing it.
Yeah,
it, right?
Yeah.
Throughout your career, what are some of the biggest challenges that you've had to face?
Honestly, leaving my family when I come out here to camp, that's been the biggest sacrifice itself. I'm a big family person. I like being around people that I love. So for me to leave them, it's very hard on me, and just being away from them for months at a time, it takes a lot out of you, but you got to be mentally strong for something like that. And I feel like I was born like that. So I've been blessed with the ability to overcome that.
And now that you're a father, you're fighting for so much more.
Yeah.
Do you feel even more motivated now?
Of course. My baby girl is, I want to give her everything, whatever she needs coming up in life, growing up. I want to be able to provide that for her. So that just gives me that extra push that just to keep me going.
What would you tell 7-year-old Bam?
Right now, I would tell him, follow your dreams. Don't ever give up. Times are gonna get hard, but that's what makes you better as a person, better as a fighter. So if you ever, if you ever run into a problem like that, just keep going. Don't let it bring you down, and it'll bring you up to the top.
I overheard another interview today where you said you would only go back to 115 if you fought Estrada.
Yeah.
Right? Other than that, you would stay at at 112, right?
Yeah.
When you got the call, because you didn't want to leave your daughter.
Yeah.
How old is your daughter?
My daughter is only 6 weeks. Will be 7 weeks on Friday. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, she's little. Okay, so when you got the call, you're like, let's do it.
Yeah. Originally I was going back up to 115 no matter what. But I had planned to fight later on in the year, maybe like in the winter, like December or even January. I was gonna take some time off just to be with her, but then they offered me the Estrada fight, so I was like, let's sign it, let's do it. Because any other fight other than that right now didn't interest me, just because like you said, I wanted to spend time with my daughter. So when I did get the final call that it wasn't gonna be Estrada, I locked in and came out here right away.
And will you be taking your daughter to the fight?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna take her, but she gonna have some headphones on, because of the noise. But she will be there, and I was thinking about that earlier. I was thinking to myself, I'm gonna walk out and probably gonna see her, and it's just gonna, give me that extra motivation.
And I know you've been on the pound for pound list for a while now, but yesterday they put it out there. How does it feel being? You're a great. You're already a great.
Yeah.
But to be this kid from San Antonio, and now up there with Canelo, Usyk, Crawford, how does that feel?
It's amazing. It's a very great accomplishment that not every fighter can do. So to be, just like you said, a kid from San Antonio that was never a fan of boxing, to be where I'm at now is just, I've been blessed by blessed by the universe, and I'm very thankful to be where I am at today.
And I know the first title you won, world title, was WBC.
Yes.
How much did you look forward to it, and how did it feel holding that green and gold belt?
It was amazing as a kid, as a young boxer, as an amateur. That's the belt that you want, that the belt, that stands out the most to you. So to get a late notice 5 days before the fight that you're fighting a legend like Carlos Cuadras for the WBC, it was just so much emotion at once. And then, to finally get my hand raised and have that belt on my shoulder, it was a dream come true, and I'm never gonna forget that accomplishment and never forget that night.
It's amazing. You manifested it.
Yeah, I did. I did.
Okay, so now you have Gallo Estrada, another legend. You're facing him June 29th. What can the fans expect from Bam on that day?
Expect just the best Bam Rodriguez you've seen before. Like I said earlier, I'm a lot more hungry because of my baby daughter. So come June 29th, just expect a very great show from Bam Rodriguez and some fireworks.
And one last thing, and Pepe, edit this for the amateurs. A message that you have for all the amateur fighters out in the gyms, working every day after school, working out.
Just keep going. I was in those shoes one day, straight from school to the gym. It's hard, but if you have that drive, that motivation, the will to be a champion, to be one of the great legends, if you have that will in you, keep going and you will accomplish everything that you dreamed of.
And lastly, a message for your daughter.
I can say so much right now, but just know that I love you and I will be here for you always, and whatever you need in life, I promise to, provide that for you.
Thank you so much, Bam. We look forward to June 29th.
Thank you.
Thank you.